Welcome back to SwitchOff South Africa. I'm Nicky always in park. I basically change cars and all things motoring. Today, I have the GWM Tank 300. Yes, I've reviewed the Tank 300 before, but this specific one, this is the diesel. And I'm going to tell you why GWM made a mistake by bringing the petrol and the hybrid first and not this one. Because this should have been the one they brought into the country first. And just watch the review, you'll understand why. So when you start with the external look of this vehicle, up front you get this big tank badge. So this tank badge is actually, the key looks exactly like that as well. Then you get your front facing camera for your 360 view camera. Then you get your LED headlamps and daytime running lights up front. You get this very exposed front bumper. So it looks like a specific vehicle, Jeep Wrangler, but that's how the car looks up front. Nothing too heavy, very simple up front. And then on the side profile of the vehicle, you get these 18-inch alloy wheels wrapped with a brand called Cooper. Sorry, not Cooper, Cooper. Cooper tire surrounding. When you move on to the side profile of the vehicle, you get a plastic step. I think that step would have been much better if it was maybe steel to give off that off-roadness of the vehicle, but the step is there, it is okay. Side mirrors over there. Then you get roof rails at the top of the vehicle. When you move on to the back of the vehicle, this is where now it gets a bit interesting. So for me, the back of the vehicle, very simple, I like it. The design does look like a specific vehicle, Jeep Wrangler, but the whole vehicle does look like a specific vehicle. And then this is where you guys know how much I don't like too much lettering on a vehicle at the back. So starting with this vehicle at the back, you get GWM Tank on the left hand side, and then you go to the right hand side, it writes 300. You move to the lower end of the vehicle, it tells you what engine the car has. So it will tell you it's a 2.4 liter turbo, obviously it's the turbo diesel. Then underneath that, it will tell you that it's also a 4-wheel drive. So for me, there's no need for all of that. Like the car, we know it's a GWM. They don't need to write GWM. I think they could have just written Tank 300 and left everything else. But that's just my personal thoughts. Tell me what you guys think about that. And then you get your exposed spare wheel over here. You get your reverse camera over there. On your mirrors as well, there's cameras. That's for your 360 view camera. And then that's essentially the rear of the vehicle. The car does open here like this. So now this doesn't look like any other vehicle. Well, the car that I keep saying that it looks like the Jeep. Watch my Jeep review, Jeep Wrangler review. Jeep opens the bottom part, then this part opens up by itself. You should be seeing on the overplay video, but watch that review. And then that's essentially the exterior of the vehicle. Let's get into the interior. Then when you get into the interior of the vehicle, quick disclaimer, I'm pretty sure in the video right now you're seeing the screen flashing red and white and all of that. There's nothing wrong with the car. There is nothing wrong with my phone. It's just that my phone frame rate and the car's frame rate can't adjust, so it'll be flashing red and white. The car is okay. You'll see a normal picture. Everything is fine. Phone is fine. So bear with me when you keep seeing that flashing on the screen that side. But over here, you get your leather wrap steering wheel. Left-hand side controls are your track selection and your volume control. Right hand side controls the digital instrument cluster up front. You do get a lovely digital instrument cluster up front. The only thing that is a bit of a bugbear for me is there's a Tank 300 there, but that Tank 300 is the launch color, which is that orange color, but the car I'm driving is white. So that bit of detail for me, it's me just essentially nitpicking because I don't like that. I feel if they just kept the car gray, it would be a very neutral color. But you get digital instrument cluster, very customizable. You can play around with it to your liking. On the left hand side, you get your touchscreen infotainment system. Sorry, yes, it's flashing on the screen, but it doesn't flash in real life. And you get these lovely vents. These vents look very different. They look like a vent from a different car, Mercedes-Benz. But yeah, this is the vent of the vehicle. Over here, you get your heated seats for your passenger, heated seats for your driver, defrost front, defrost rear, hazards button over there, climate control buttons. Exterior, they're out of the touchscreen infotainment system, but you still control some of the things in the touchscreen infotainment system. To the lower end, you get your wireless charging, Type-C port, Type A port over there. And then essentially the car over here. Moving to the lower end of the vehicle, you get this gear selector, very big gear selector. Reminds me of like a gear from like a plane or something. And then on this side, this is where you adjust your different driving modes, so to change to the slow, mud and rock, all those type of things. And then over here you have your off-road settings, so you can lock your front diff and your rear diff. This is for your like to turn turn quicker. The name of what it's called is actually slipping my mind, but I know what it does. So when you press that, it locks one tire, whether the left or right tire, depending on the direction you're going, and then you turn, then it'll it'll lock that tire, then it makes the turning circle much tighter. That's when you're using it off-road. That's for your hill descent. And that button over there is for when you're off-roading, but you need to be in 4 high. So your 4 high selections on the right hand side over here. Car's currently in 2 high, then you can pop it to 4 high. Then to go to 4 low, what you need to do to go to 4 low, you must put the gearbox in neutral and then go to 4 low. And then yeah, that's basically it. Here you press that, it shows you your 360 view camera. You can have it in 2D view or 3D view, and then 3D view you get to see the car around, but I don't like it in 3D view, prefer it in 2 view. And then you get your electronic parking brake over there and your auto hold. The only thing that I actually don't like with Chinese vehicles is the fact that the roof lining is never black. I would prefer the black roof lining. I think that's for a bit of a bugbear for me. And then over here you get your sunroof switches and your sunglass hold over there. Yes, the car does have a sunroof. There is a sunroof, nice small sunroof, at least brings in some light in. But that's essentially the interior of the vehicle. When you move on to the back seats of the vehicle, back seats are decent enough and quite spacious as well. And then when you come to the drive of the vehicle, it's actually a very good drive. So under the hood, you're looking at a 2.4 turbo diesel engine. It's the same engine found in the P300, and it's actually, I love it so much. I think this is the engine to go for, and I'll speak more about it to why it's the engine to go for at the later end of the video. So under the hood, in terms of power, you're looking at 135 kilowatts and 418 newton meters of torque. When you're looking at the kilowatts aspect of things compared to what there is out there, like your Fortuner, which is around 150 kilowatts, and you look at your Everest, also pushing around that figure, then you get 140 in like the MUX. Those 135 doesn't seem like much, but best believe it's enough. There's more than enough power in this vehicle. It gets the job done. There's not a point in time where I've had this vehicle and I felt like it needs like a bigger engine or more power. This engine is the engine that suits this vehicle so much. Being a diesel as well, on a single tank of fuel, when I received this vehicle, my range was saying 900 kilometers. So that's actually quite good, quite decent. That means you can do a long distance trip without having to stop and fill up. And then when you do stop and fill up, it gives you the range again. So I really like that. I've had the car for a couple of days. The range is still saying 700 or so, but here I still have close to a full tank. So I actually do like this vehicle. Claim fuel efficiency, you're looking at 7.7 liters to the 100, but I've been averaging 8.6. And then the ride comfortability of the vehicle, right? It's quite comfortable. There's certain road imperfections that I go on purpose so that I can feel it compared to other vehicles. So there's like certain humps around the area where I stay that I actually don't slow down when I come across them when I'm in a very big vehicle. This vehicle handled it so well. So in terms of the drive of the vehicle, I honestly don't have a problem with it. The only thing that comes to a problem with me is maybe the throttle management, in terms of sometimes you just want to have your foot just a bit. You don't want a lot of power, but sometimes the car will give you a lot of power. So the only way to mitigate that, and you will mitigate it as an owner, is you get used to the vehicle and how it functions. For me, because it's not my vehicle and I'm in and out of cars almost every week, I've had to adjust getting to know this vehicle, how it works in terms of throttle input and all of that stuff. But overall, the drive is perfect. I honestly have no problem with it. So now we're at that important part of the review where we speak about the pricing of this vehicle. So you can get into a tank 300 for 700,000 rand. This specific one being the turbo diesel ultra luxury. This one costs 740,000 rand. And for that, for me, it's a good value for money vehicle. In terms of monthly premiums that you're looking to pay over here, if you finance this vehicle over a period of 5 years, which is 60 months, at an interest rate of 12.25%, you're looking at paying, listen to me, 16,000 rand 400 for this vehicle. So for me, that's enough. That's good enough. Like, looking at what you can get, what you're getting for this vehicle is a good car. And why I say there's no need for the petrol engine and the hybrid one, because the hybrid top of the range of this one is 925,000 rand. That's a lot of money, and you really don't feel the difference. I've been in the hybrid one, I've driven this one. This car is packed. I'm trying to think of something that this car doesn't have that probably the hybrid has, and the only thing that comes to mind is things like ventilated seats, because this all it has is heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Do you really need things like ventilated seats? Because this car is packed. It has adaptive cruise control, it has lane keep assist, it has a sunroof, it has heated seats, heated steering wheel. Like, there's so many things that this car comes with that I don't think for 200,000 rand more you'd want the hybrid. and efficiency as well. You can't play the efficiency card when you say the hybrid is be more efficient, because I can get 900 kilometers on a tank on this vehicle. So the efficiency part is out of the picture. So GWM, thank you for bringing the diesel. Should have brought it first, but thank you for actually bringing it. And yeah, you can get your next insurance code in under 90 seconds. Click the link in the description box below. Naked will sort you out. And the good thing about Naked, nobody's gonna call you. Nobody. You just click on the app and everything is sorted. And guys, I saw your comments. I'm taking this moment to thank you guys. If you watched my Golf 8.5 video, we spoke about the giveaway, what we're gonna do, what you need to do for that giveaway. And we are gonna announce the winner this week. So you're probably seeing this on a Monday or something. We're gonna announce the winner this week. Thank you guys for the comments. It actually blew my mind. I'm actually so shocked at how many of you guys commented on the Naked posts. Yeah, comment what you wanna see for me to do the giveaway at 50,000. But yeah, this has been the review of this vehicle. Would I recommend this vehicle over your Fortuner, your Isuzu MUX, your Ford Everest, all those vehicles in and around this competitor? Would I recommend them? Yes, I would recommend this, not over them. What I would do is I'd recommend this alongside them. I wouldn't write it off. It's a very good vehicle. I really do like it. A lot of people like it as well. People have been stopping me, asking me about this vehicle. So I'll definitely tell you, have a look at a Tank 300 diesel if you're looking at everything else. But yeah, this has been the review of the Tank 300. Comment down below what you think, where you'd spend your money. And yeah, I'm giving you guys know, I'm giving you 740,000 rand. Go on the Change Cars website, click 740,000 rand, pick SUV, look at the SUVs that come out and tell me, are you sticking with the Tank 300 or you're gonna choose an SUV from the Change Cars website? But yeah, as always, in Park, I mentioned the Change Cars and all things motoring. I'm Nicky. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys on the next one.